What's your name, sir?
Michael.
Michael. Nice to meet you, Michael.
Well, it's my first car. I got it back in 2016, and
What did it look like in 2016?
very rough.
Yeah?
It was very, very, very rough. 3 engine rebuilds, 1 transmission rebuild, and a rear end rebuild. So basically the whole drivetrain's been rebuilt, trunk's been rebuilt, the floors have been patched, I've had it all rewired. It's been a while it does, but I kind of get through it.
Yeah.
But
Thank you very much
not
for
a
taking
problem.
the time. I really appreciate
Not a problem at
and
all.
I hope to hear from you.
Yes, I will see if I can get some pictures to you. I gotta dig them up.
I'm Dave Salter. This is my 1949 Cadillac sedan. Well, it's I bought it in 98 and as a stock car, and I took it apart and started doing a custom on it, and it took me almost 2 years to complete the job, 2,000 hours.
Wow.
It's chopped.
Yeah.
Fenders front and rear or wheel openings are changed. The bumpers have been modified, front and rear. The hood has been pancaked, sectioned a little bit.
Thank you very much for taking the time.
My name is John Foster, and Pat is my wife, and we live in Port Menil, BC, and we're so happy to come to Father's Day car show here for the past 10 years or more, and this is my 56 Ford convertible.
How long have you had that?
Since 1998 we started rebuilding it.
How did you get it?
I came from Wenatchee, and a fellow by the name of Doug Day helped me put it together. It took 2.5 years.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty good. 2.5 years.
Yeah, thank you.
What's your name?
Ross Anderson.
Hi, Ross Anderson. And what have we got here?
37 Ford.
It's a
Minotti body.
A little more than that, though.
Oh, Minotti body, Phantom body.
Oh, yeah.
355cc engine. Air ride, air conditioned.
Really? AC. Nice.
Can't think of much else to tell you. Shaved handles, shaved
Yeah.
doors,
Yep.
shaved trunk.
Do you drive it daily or?
Every chance I get.
You do, eh?
Yeah, we
Beats-
go to Reno, we go all over the place.
Oh, you go to the Reno. So a
Oh,
bunch
yeah.
of folks here are talking about that. Yeah.
No, we go, try and go after COVID settle down.
Yeah.
We'll go.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name is Doug Irving. It's my wife, Adele.
Hello.
Hi, Adele and Doug.
This car was owned by a lady near UBC. She bought it in August of 1950. She owned it for 25 years, and then she sold it to her neighbor. Her neighbor, again, out by UBC. They didn't go anywhere. She owned it for 46 years. And anyway, we went and talked to her. We made a deal with her, and the car is ours. We put it in my wife's name, obviously. So now women have owned this car now since it was born.
That's why it's still around.
Yep. My wife and the car actually were born in the same month and year.
Wow.
Very rare car. They made 1,902 of these in the world, and
Any idea what's left?
they say they think about 10 or 11%. Yeah. There's about maybe 200 left in the world.
May I ask your name?
Chris.
Chris?
Yeah.
And tell us about the car a little bit if you don't mind.
It's a 32 Ford Roadster, custom hot rod. It was built in California in 2000, and then it changed. It spent most of its life in the States, and then it changed hands, went to Alberta, went to kind of like a guy, the collector had it for a few years, I believe, about 5 or 6, I think, and then it got sold to another guy, and then I bought it from him. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Appreciate your time. Yeah, you too.
Car number 79, 1932 Ford, Chris Irving.
Ray Biederman.
Hi, Ray.
It's a Kaiser Henry J, 1952.
Kaiser Henry J. I've never heard of this.
Yeah, they were made for 4 years in the USA.
Okay.
And then the company closed up, and this is one of 8,900. Well, I bought it off a friend of mine.
Yep.
And it was originally built for drag racing. It's got a small block Chevy in it, 350. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for talking to us.
Oh, you're welcome.
And may I ask your name?
Norm Nielsen.
Hi, Norm. And what kind of car have you got here today?
That's a 1936 Ford Humpback.
Humpback.
Yeah, or a bushel back. Yeah, because of the trunk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how long have you had this?
I've had it just about 3 years.
3 years. And why this car? Why did you pick this car?
And I always wanted a 36 Ford. It's the last year of the external headlights. 37, they put them back in the fender. And I was looking for one. We found this one, and we were looking at one other one in Glace Bay, Nova Scotia.
So it's a 66 is what it's made to replicate. It was built in 82 at a speed shop in LA. It's got the 460 under the hood that's bored to a 472 with four-speed top loader transmission. It's got 355 gears in the back with a 9-inch torque block. It's got 27 coats of paint on it, 16 silver, and then the rest in orange, white, and clear coat.
Well, thank you for taking the time.
Hey, no problem.
All right, so what's your first name, sir?
It's Duke.
This car is?
1927 Model T Tudor. So I did some final finishing on it during COVID, and now it's time to play.
Very jealous.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for taking the time.
So your first name was
Bob Mace
Hi,
from
Bob.
Courtney. This project started in 04. Al Clark, he built the car for me. It's a professionally built car. Originally it's just stock 32 Ford rails, and the body is a Dearborn Deuce. The feature of that car is the fact it has a total sealed hardtop hidden behind that flip there with power windows, so the cockpit is sealed. Most of these Roadsters, they're wide open, a little flimsy little top, they're not much good. So that's the big feature of this car. Plus, the cockpit is about 4 inches longer than a stock 32 Ford would be. So there you go, it's an all-steel car. Engine is a Ford Racing's GT40, which is basically a 5-liter Ford.
May I ask your name?
Chris Whitaker.
What can you tell me about your vehicle here?
Well, it's been with me for about 35 years now. It's been on the road in this condition for 20 years. Now running, like I say, an LS3 Corvette with a 4-speed overdrive transmission and a Nova rear end. I bought the car originally in '89, and I drove it for about a year. Then I blew it all apart, and it took me 11 years to rebuild it.
All right, well, thank you very much for taking the time. So you're Chris.
I'm Chris.
And you are from Linwood Customs?
Linwood Customs, you bet. Customers either find us or we find the customers, quote them, find what direction they want to go, find if it's the caliber that, we do focus on the nicer end of stuff. We got a crew of 13 guys, including the office staff.
So this is something you've just finished?
Yeah, he's had it
3 weeks
for
now.
about 3 weeks.
Oh, nice.
It was a 2-year build. He bought it at a biker party.
18 years ago. And tore it apart myself, and then I knew I was over my head, and I let it sit in my yard for 15 years, and finally hooked up with Chris 3 years ago. Through Chris, got the chassis done, and then Chris did all the body work on the truck itself and the paint.
There was rust through the roof skin, there was no floors, rockers, bottoms of the doors didn't really exist. It had a beat up old, it was a work truck at one time, so the floor was all the convoluted floor. I mean, it had been pounded out by firewood and sand, and the tailgate was toast. So we cut out the steel floor, built a custom red oak wooden floor, teardropped the wheel houses to match the wheel openings, bead rolled the interior or bedsides. Yeah, custom built 4-wheel disc, 4-link Ford 9, TCI front end. A good friend of mine over on the mainland did the machine work on the motor. Me and Dave built it in my shop on a weekend, assembled the motor. It's a 390.
FE 390 big block. This truck was to build tribute to my wife who passed away from ALS last year, before it happened, before she could get a chance to drive in it.
The bizarre part about it was not planned. We delivered the truck a year to the day she passed.
Yeah.
It just came together, everything